Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeff White Fitness Solutions. Thanks for checking out this video. And as we all know, the world seems to be going crazy. There's stuff going on around the world, and it just seems odd that so much craziness is happening all at the same time. Well, I personally don't think it's a coincidence. I think it is part of the WEF, and I'm going to go over a couple of things that they predicted back in 2016 for the world in 2030. Now, I've done this before, but it's important that we do this again because people need to really look at the connection and understand exactly what's going on and what we're up against. So, as you can see here, you have the president of Ukraine and you have Pfizer, who both were at World Economic Forum annual meetings this year. So they are upstanding members of the WEF. So let's talk about some things that they predicted for 2030. Okay, so I'm just going to go over a couple of them, and this will be in no particular order. But I want you to look at what they wrote in 2016 and compare it to what's going on today. So, for example, it says here U.S. dominance is over. We have a handful of global powers. Nation states will have staged a comeback. Instead of a single force, a handful of countries, the US, Russia, China, Germany, India, and Japan, chief among them, show semi imperial tendencies. However, at the same time, the role of the state is threatened by trends, including the rise of cities and the spread of online identities. So, if the US dominance is over, you have to ask yourself, how would they make that happen? Well, we see what's going on with the war with Russia, Ukraine, and how NATO's involved. But what really isn't getting discussed are the BRICS nations. And these are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, how they are coming together to try and create a new monetary reserve currency. This is a direct threat to the United States. So we can clearly see that they are definitely working on this agenda. Another thing they discuss is our diet and what we will be eating in the year 2030. So here's a snippet. I'm just going to read a little bit. It says, so what might we eat in 2030? I think demand will be shifting and more people will want to eat a healthy diet, one that is less intensive and wasteful of resources. Then it goes on to say, so our diets may be more veg and fruit, whole grains and vegetarian food, or new alternatives, soy products, or perhaps insects or artificial meat. Have you guys seen the push to eat bugs lately? Have you heard about the artificial meat, the vegan thing, fast food restaurants, with the plant based meat? This is all by design, people. And then let's throw in the fact that we have had over 100 food processing centers in the United States and around the world, actually, that have been destroyed under mysterious circumstances. Then we had the chicken, the culling of chickens because of bird flu. So we have a chicken shortage also. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and people aren't connecting the dots. But I do think the WEF is playing a really big role in everything that we see. And they mapped this out back in 2016. So, also in 2016, they said they wanted to ditch fossil fuels. Remember, this is 2016, they said that. So ask yourself, how could they ditch fossil fuels? Well, there are several ways, and you can clearly see that these countries are working towards that as we speak. And if you've been paying attention to what's going on over in Europe, in the UK, they are having problems with energy because of the Russian Ukraine conflict. So, is all of this a coincidence or is this all by design? No one really knows for sure. But when you look at the fact that they are looking to remove fossil fuels, it cannot be that much of a coincidence that all this is happening. Something just isn't right. So there you have it, folks. And the end game is you will own nothing and be happy. That is where we're headed, and that's what they want to do. I'm not with that program. Maybe you're okay with what's going on, but I am not. So I believe the key for us is to get out of the system while we still have time, because they're telling us what they want to do. So here's some things I think we should start working on today. Own your own home, buy gold and silver, have alternative sources of energy, grow your own food, and have multiple streams of income. The less we rely on these people to sustain us, the better. Now's the time, people. We got to work on this now because they are coming for us and there will be no one to save us. Think about it.